Hey, I'm so grateful that it is Thursday. It's almost the end of the week. Leslie here. Just wanted to come on, say hello, talk about some stuff, and send you some good vibes and lots of love to everyone. So, yesterday, we went to Damien and I, and Nanette, Crystal, Tammy, and Jazz. We all went to a Giants baseball game. If you know me, I love my Bay Area sports teams. I love the energy behind cheering for your team. I love the like the unity it brings with teams together. People cheering for the fans, cheering for the same team. And there is a little bit of rivalry between teams going on at the moment because we're really close to playoffs. But anywho, I love, if you don't know that about me, that might be something that you don't know about me until now, is that I love, love, love my Bay Area sports teams. Um, so anywho, we went to a Giants game. We got an awesome deal on some tickets and we hopped on that real quick. We got in, we met up together and we walked in. And before we got in, Damien was saying he was hungry. He was cranky already. He was, you know, he had to I just picked him up from school, and so I feel like he was cranky and I was kind of rushing and all of that. So when we got in there, he threw a tantrum, and we're working on our emotions, him and I both. He was not having it. He was super duper hungry, wanted something right away, and I told him, let's at least find our seats. And or first I said, I'll get you something when we get in. Then I said, let's find our seats first. And he did not like those answers. But yeah, during the whole game, not the whole game, but during a good portion of the game, my son was driving me freaking bonkers. Um, Whining, complaining, um, just not having a good time until I got him something to eat. Actually, till Nanette got him something to eat. So thank you. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what I did to help me get through that because I did not want to lose my shiitake at the Giants game and get kicked out. But that's really how I was feeling. I was really like, oh my goodness. So the first thing that I did was bust out my calm roller, which is my special tool, little hack thing that I have to just help, first of all, keep me centered and cool as a cucumber as much as possible. So I put that on me. I took some deep breaths. I told myself to just breathe, just calm down. I think at one point I even closed my eyes and just breathed. The next thing I did was, luckily, thankfully, and gratefully, there was a row of seats behind us. It wasn't too packed, so there was a row of empty seats behind us, and I had Damien sit up there because I needed some physical space from his energy. Which reminds me that I did not, before I went in there, I didn't do the bubble exercise where I imagined a bubble around me to protect my energy. I didn't know Damien was feeling that way. I didn't know he was going to be that cranky when we first got there. But anywho, thankfully and gratefully, I let him sit one row behind us so I could still, turn and see him. And just gave him some space because, I was feeling constricted with him sitting next to me. And I was just like, oh my goodness, I need a little space here. If you're going to do what you're going to do, you need to sit there. And it kind of reminds me of a chair that we have at Crystal's house, called the Shift Your Shiitake chair, which is you sit in this chair. It's kind of like a timeout, but it's more than that. You sit in this chair and you figure your stuff out in the way you need to. If you need to cry, scream, whatever, go for it. So I kind of pictured him in his own Shift Your Shiitake chair up there in the row behind us. The other thing that I found really helpful was he found different ways to release. So release that energy, release that um, crankiness feeling. He was just a ball of energy and wanted to have everything sugary. So there were a few different ways that he released at the baseball game. He released by running up and down the stairs. He was going up and down the stairs to get some of that energy out. There was like a little plexiglass like barrier thing at the bottom of the stairs of our section, and we could totally see him as he would run down the stairs. And I told him to just be mindful of others coming up and down. So he would go down the stairs and run back up, and I don't know how many times he did that. He wanted me to time him because that's a game that we play. Is he runs, and I time him on on my phone sometimes. But I wanted to watch the game, so I told him count in your head, and he did that. I don't know how many times, and was kind of racing himself, if you will. Another way that he was releasing was he was practicing his whistle. So at the Giants game, I get excited, I get loud. That's the time where I get to release and yell and get all of my anger and frustration out. So that's what I was doing, was cheering for them really loudly. And so was he. And he just figured out how to do either a whistle or a scream that sounds like a whistle. I don't know. I don't know what he does, but he does this thing where it's like a super loud whistle. And even the people behind him had asked him, how'd you learn how to whistle like that? How old are you? This and that. The gentleman behind him said he didn't learn how figure out how to whistle till he was in the seventh grade. And my son is in the third grade. So I appreciate them giving him props for that, because that really did boost his self-esteem and his self-confidence, and just made him feel really good and seen and heard as a kid. So that was the other way that he released. I did also put calm oil on him too, to help him calm down as well. Another thing that we did was we switched off. So I'm so grateful for aunties. I'm so grateful for the tribe and the community. So I went with Nanette to go grab some food, and Crystal stayed back and watched Damien. And also Jazzy had to use the restroom, so we switched off basically. It's so important to be available to help, and also be willing to receive help too. In the past I might have thought, no, it's okay, I got this.